Israel, you posted some footage of Sean sparring, and you seem, kind of disgusted by it, I guess, maybe for lack of a better word. What do you just make of like that etiquette?
I call that gym heroes. When he sparred Pereira, did he spar like that?
Didn't look like it.
Exactly, because he knows Pereira will fucking knock him out. It's called respect. And I have teammates, and we can push, but I don't try and hurt my teammates. Like, he's knocking people out in the gym. Accidentally, I've probably knocked 2 people out over the last how many years I've been fighting in the gym, accidentally. And, it's not even knocked out, like dropped them because it was light. But like, it's just, I don't try and hurt people. I don't know, there's many ways to skin a cat. Look, whatever works for you, but I just feel like I've seen too many of those now where I'm just like, gym hero. And then when he got his arm thinking, oh, come on, man. Oh, come on, man. Why'd you do that, man? When he got a taste of his own medicine, oh, come on, man. Come on, don't touch me, man. Like, I do a real good impression of him. I just realized, fucking hell. But yeah, I just don't like gym heroes, man. Like I said, when he sparred Pereira, he didn't bring that energy because he knew Pereira would sleep the fuck out of him.
Dana White's Contender Series just wrapped up a few minutes ago, and Dana did a scrum after, and he was asked about who could be next for this, and he basically said about Dricus du Plessis, I don't like when guys turn down fights, and was kind of like nonchalant about it.
Neither do I.
Yeah, do you think he'll be next? I know Jared Cannonier's here in the backup position as well, and they've been kind to people who do that solid for them, so what do you think they're going to do?
I don't know, you have to ask Dana, but yeah, Dricus doesn't know how to play the game. Look, you can't sit on your fucking, is it ranking or whatever, and think you got it locked in. This is the UFC. If you look back at the history of the UFC, shit happens, So he thought he was sitting pretty, but he might have to fight 2 more times before I get a shot at this. But he doesn't call the shots. I do. I need you to understand that I call the shots. You don't call the shot, dickless. You need to understand this. You can sit pretty wherever you want, but if I decide to, I might give it to whoever wins between Costa and Kamzat, not you. But Jared's here, backup. I didn't even know it was a backup till yesterday. I saw him, I was like, what are you doing here? Actually, I was like, he told me it was the backup. I was like, oh shit, shows how much I know. I don't really follow MMA news that much anymore, but like, yeah, when I had the shot at Silva and Gaslam, I had other things planned. I was hurt, the Gaslam fight. That's why I didn't finish that triangle, because my ankle was fucked. So I had it locked on the ankle in the 5th round, that triangle. I had it locked on the ankle that was fucked, and I was like, fuck, I can't cinch it, so I'm gonna use to sweep him. I used to sweep him and get up. But guess what? I did that camp with a fucked up ankle. There's many times I could have pulled out, but I've still never pulled out of a fight, even though my pull-out game's strong. I still have never pulled out of a fight, ever. And I stand on that.
You are the cover athlete for the deluxe edition of the UFC game 2 times now. What does that kind of mean to you?
It's awesome. I play the game. It's better than the last one. Like the fluidity, the buttons have changed a little bit. I don't want to give too much away, but it's good. It's really good, and there's some surprises. Some surprises you guys would really like in this game. And yeah, it's cool. I don't know if anyone has done it twice. Has anyone done it twice? Connor, when?
It was him and Ronda, and then
okay, similar, sweet. So like, yeah, it's cool to be on that same, echelon of a guy who's done it twice as well. And yeah, it's cool. I look forward to playing the proper game, not the beta or the preloaded version.
Yeah.
I did say he's a better striker than me, so I welcome him to try. But I think his team is too smart. He trains at Extreme Couture. He's got Eric, Ray Sefo and them and his team. So if he listens to his coaches, this is different. This is not just a regular fight that his ego's gonna take in place. He wants this. I know he wants that. He tries to push it away, like you say, just to like, I guess, how do you do, what do you call it? Like, just like to relieve yourself of the pressure, if you will. But I think he's gonna wrestle. And I got something for his ass, because me and my buddy Craig Jones be hanging out a lot. So yeah, we've been around the world, we've been training, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm yet to, choke a motherfucker out. So that's one thing that's on my list, and I hope he wrestles. If not, cool, stand and bang, do the man dance, as you will. He's selling wolf tickets when he talks about that, by the way. It's just, I don't think he's gonna man dance with me, and if he does, I'm a better dancer than him.
He talks like, you know, oh, I want to kill and all this sort of hyper aggressive stuff. But do you believe
Cap.
when you look at when you look at the other guys you fought, is he this really tough guy that can get in there and have a war and see you through to the end, or is it just these are all words that just disappear when he steps in the cage?
He looks good against guys who are human punching bags. Roll back the tape, UFC 253. I said the same thing about Paulo Costa. And this is not my ego talking, this is just me speaking strictly facts. I said Paulo looks good against guys who are human punching bags. Look at fucking Deshaun's last fight. He fought the bus and he was a fucking human punching bag, just stood there and got beat the fuck up. And I told you guys, Paulo would not catch me. I would catch him eventually. And I told him I was knocking the fuck out. And I did. Again, this is not my ego talking, this is me speaking facts. Sean fights guys and looks good against them because they let him look good against them and they let him get in their head. But again, I've done this how many times? This is deja vu. This is deja vu to me. Like, all this shit's semi-fun, but what I really want to do is just fight. I really want to fight and showcase, and also watch my team showcase as well before me. And yeah, all that's cap. You have one chance to make a first impression, and he already failed that when I tapped him on the ass. You all saw the receipts, right? I wasn't trying to be a dick. I was just saying hello. Then he gets on stage and starts talking shit. I'm gonna come down there, and you're gonna fight. You could get my number. You know, I'm like, 3 minutes ago you weren't. And then after that, backstage, he just beelines away from me, and I was just like, all right, cap. And anytime he tries to act tough now in front of people, it doesn't have the same sting at all, because you know when danger is real, fear is in the mind. Like, okay, where did I hear that from? I can't remember what quote I hear that from, but like it's in his head. He tries to act like a tough guy. He's a tough guy. He's a good fighter. He's a good pressure fighter, all that against human punching bags. But there's no danger with him. Last time I saw him in Vegas, I smacked him in the dick because I knew he wasn't dangerous to me. And then he tried to push me. He said, "Don't touch me, bro." I was like, huh. And I just jumped over my seat and I just kept on watching my fights.
Last one from me. I think everyone sort of, we spoke about it, you know, oh, the press conference is going to be great, but the fight's going to be whatever. So people are kind of assuming you're walking in there and going through this guy pretty easily. Does that add pressure to you, or does that just make you think this is going to be fun?
Nah, I don't even think about it. I don't listen to those voices. I hear people say the odds of this, putting my parlay on you. Bro, fuck your parlay. I put my life on this shit. So, yeah, I don't listen to those voices. I look at myself as the underdog in this fight. I don't even know where my belt is at. Like, this is not even my belt. I don't give a fuck. I just want to beat people up, make lots of money, beat people up in different styles till I retire. And then I'll look back and be like, fuck, I was the man. Well, I'm the man. But, yeah, in the meantime, Sean's next. I focus on him, and I don't take him lightly. I don't underestimate him, but I don't overestimate him. And he's a dangerous guy, but I have a habit of making dangerous guys look easy.
I think Will Smith said that quote, by the way.
Oh, is that movie with his son?
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. Fear is in the mind, danger is real. Yeah, he's a dangerous guy if you let him be. But I'm not stupid.
And I'm curious, do you dislike Sean at all? Because he's bringing up like the Chinese flag, questioning your manhood and everything. He brings it up quite often.
Chinese thing, I don't give a fuck. I've traveled around the world. I've worked around the world. I've fought around the world. I've acted around the world. I've never even addressed it because, look, if I gave a fuck, I'd address it. I'll tell you why exactly that clip or what it was. But I really don't give a fuck. I've been working around the world and making bags. Only thing he said was one clip someone sent to me, and he's questioning my morals and like saying something, and I was like, you've never even had a conversation with me, and you're questioning. So that one is one I'm doing the Michael Jordan. I'm taking that one personally, so I can use that against him. But everything else, I don't care. Okay, anime. Okay. All right. Okay. Fuck. Like his insults are like, he's that fucking. That idiot in the back of the class that just talks over you and talks loud just to get his point across. And again, last time he ambushed me because I wasn't expecting that, and I told him, focus on your opponent because you're gonna get knocked the fuck out. And what happened? He got knocked the fuck out.
You also said that you envision a spectacular finish in this. You want to kind of put the exclamation point on the City Kickboxing lineup on this card. So when you say spectacular, what is that? Is that a knockout? Is it your first submission in the UFC? Is it a back and forth fight?
There's a few options. There's always, like, when you visualize these things, there's a few options, a few timelines this could just go. But yeah, there's a few of them, but there's three main ones that I'm honing on, but I can't tell you guys just because they're mine. But I guarantee you, I'll finish this guy.
The last one for me. I know you've done a lot of Q&As about your documentary that just came out. So what's the reception been for the movie?
It's been dope. I think Sean should watch it. He might learn something, to be honest. Like, I've even said when I did the Q&A on Monday, when people watched my doco, I said, like, look, the main thing, that's Style Bennett documentary, by the way, coming soon, Australia, New Zealand, September 28th. After that, soon to streaming platforms. I said to people, I was like, what I want people to get from that documentary is like, I'm not saying be like me. I'm just saying be like you. Be authentically you, and don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks. Whether, like, I'm not saying look at me and, you know, dress the way I dress or paint your nails or fight. I'll just say, look at, man, that guy Styles is just like unapologetically himself, and it's just showing, he's just bearing his chest to the world, showing his heart to the world, his heart on his sleeve, and doesn't care whether you like it or not. He's just happy. So for me, I'm really happy. This so far is the best year of my life yet, because I've really just embraced me and not giving a fuck what anyone else says. It always helps that I can kick ass, because I'm just like, what the fuck you gonna tell me shit? Like, but yeah, even without that, I'm just saying, like, fucking just be you, bro. So that what I want people to get from the documentary is just like, express yourself authentically. And I will say this, I respect that from Sean. I respect the fact that he expresses himself authentically and does not give a fuck what anyone thinks. I respect that. He looks at me and he gets away. But again, I don't care. That says more about him than it does about me, because I am expressing myself authentically. And I'll beat your ass, Sean.
You in Perth, earlier this year, we asked you a little about Francis Ngannou and kind of his upcoming prospects, and you were very, confident that things were going to pan out for him. Now he's very close to having a fight with Tyson Fury. It's around the corner. Just how proud are you of your brother to pull all this off?
When I saw it on Instagram, first thing I did was WhatsApp him. I was like, I'm gonna be there to witness history. First thing I texted him, I was like, I'm gonna be there to witness history. I already booked my flight. As soon as it was mentioned that the fight was happening, I texted, I was like, we're going. And a week later, they already invited me. The sheikhs in Saudi Arabia invited me to come through. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna be there. So I told y'all, don't believe the hype. Don't listen to the bullshit when people are trying to, like, we're withdrawing from the bidding or whatever. Like, because you guys only see what happens for you to see. You don't know what happens behind the scenes, behind the curtains. And yeah, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. He's leading the charge, put it that way. And again, Rome wasn't built in a day, trust, but he's leading the charge. And I can't wait to see him make history. That's gonna be, yeah. And it's a long shot from people, what they say, this and that, rah. But this man fears nothing. If you listen to a story on what he's been through, like before the UFC, he's fortified. He's up here. He's locked in. He's a guy that you can't shake him. You can't break him. Look at him. Just look at the man. I'm fucking proud of him, man. So yeah, shout out to my big bro Francis, and I can't wait to watch him make history again.
To Aaron Bronstead of TSN about like how Sean reminds you of guys from your past, right? And I wonder, like, there's probably times in your life where people like that, you weren't able to do something about it in the moment, right? Even though you wanted to. I wonder how, like, how your mentality is now, and how it changes versus the younger you compared to now, when you actually are able to do something about it. Do you still have that same desire?
Yeah, I mean, I did it to Costa. I said the same thing. I was like, he reminds me of idiots I used to deal with growing up. But then now I'm capable, and I've said this, there are no good or bad people. People are just capable of great good or great evil. Like, people try and act like they're virtuous, but they don't really have a leg to stand on because they're not dangerous. I am now a dangerous man, and I can choose to be a dangerous man, or I can choose to be soft-hearted and kind. And I'm mostly, in my life, soft-hearted and kind until people start to fuck with me. Then I'm like, right, I'm about to beat the fuck out of you. I'm about to bully you. So I have to become what I hate, but I use my powers for good instead of evil. And yeah, not saying I'm fucking a saint. You guys already know. I've told you guys since the jump, I'm not your fucking saint. I'm not your hero. I'm not your guru. But I'm just me, and if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, you don't. Guys like Sean, yeah, I've dealt with them all my life, but again, it's nothing new to me. Now I get the chance to beat the fuck out of him. That's the difference, and I'll do it again Sunday afternoon. Because of this kind of traffic, like arguing with people and filming it, talking about I'll get my gun out. Like, I can't remember the last time I had road rage. I used to back in the day when I was working a 9 to 5, trying to get to work because I'm late and it's fucking beep beep beep. But now, if you want to cut in front of me, cut in front of me. You probably need this win more than me. Your life sucks because sometimes it be like that. But yeah. Me now, I'm literally, like I said, I'm happy. That's the main thing. I'm happy. Life isn't always fucking rainbows and gold and unicorns and roses and shit. I go through shit as well, but I deal with it different. That's the difference. I deal with it a lot different. And I bet you he goes through shit as well, but he doesn't deal with it the way I do. He just bottles it down, holds it in, lets it build up, and who knows what he does with it. It's not my business. I focus on me. And I think shortly after that, I kind of like, maybe the Romero or Costa fight, I just didn't really, I was like you never see me parade around with this thing unless at the after party and I'm drunk and I'm the man, so it's whatever. But like, I don't care. It looks good. That's what it looks good. Brings notoriety, more money, all that. But like, even after I lost the belt, I told you they were still calling me champ in the streets. They still call me champ, and people were still trying to get at me because fuck the belt. I'm Israel Adesanya. That name holds more weight than the belt. That name holds more weight than the belt. So, yeah, got the belt back. I'm sure Eugene knows where it is. It's probably at his house, under his bed or something. Both of them. But like, yeah, it is what it is, and it's a healthy attitude to have, but don't get me wrong, gold looks good on black skin, and I love rocking that gold, so it's gonna stay with me for a while. I was chasing that. I was chasing the greatest of all time, and I still think I'm one of the greatest of all time. I put Alexander Volkanovski as the greatest of all time in my eyes because I see the work he does, and he's my buddy, and I love the way he fights. He's one of my favorite fighters in history. But I've never looked at like, when have I ever given a fuck about the rankings? You guys, if you know your history and you know how I talk, I don't give a fuck. But I know I'm the best. I know I'm the best, and I'm not done yet. I'm still going. So I know when it's all said and done, I'll be the best. And this is art. This is like the whole Michael Jordan versus LeBron argument. I saw my boy, shout out to Kazim, he put an Instagram video I saw today where he's like, enough with the debate. Like, when have you ever changed someone's mind when you have that debate about LeBron versus Michael? Never. You know why? Because it's art. And art is subjective. I don't need you to think the way I think. You can think fucking Kobe's the greatest of all time. You can think Magic Johnson's the greatest of all time, And even with rapper Biggie or Tupac, who's your top 5? People, it's like this fucking, they just, I don't know, Biggie and Tupac aren't even my top 5 rappers, to be honest. But that's art, because I didn't grow up in that, I did grow up in the era, but I wasn't really tapped into them till after they left. And I love their music, don't get me wrong, but they're not even in my top 5 because I grew up in this era, and I have other guys who are my top 5, and that's art. It's subjective. You can think whatever you want. You don't have to think like the way everyone else wants you to think. I'm a piece of shit sometimes, but also, I'm the man sometimes, a lot of the times. And that's just the dichotomy of being a human animal, and people can't express that. People, especially online, you dumb fucks can't even understand because you just project your own shit onto me, and you think I will react the same way you'd react. Example, the loss. When I had it in New York, people were like, oh, he's gonna be fucking under a rock crying and cutting himself. But I was like, I'm outside. And they did not like that. They were like, fuck, we thought this would destroy him. But nah, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. So, either way, I've been a fan of the sport for a long time, and UFC 300, I'm gonna touch that because I know I'm not gonna hit UFC 400, so I'm definitely gonna hit UFC 300. That's one I'm gonna be a part of. And Alex Volkanovski as well, I feel should be a part of. Even I'll co-headline for Alex Volkanovski. Like, that's my dog, But yeah, if he doesn't fight, then I'll headline it. And I'm sure there's other people as well. Conor will probably try and jump in there because he's a superstar who just, get whatever he wants. But yeah, we'll see. I've said that 1 + 1 is 2. I'm gonna knock out Sean Strickland. So I know I'm gonna finish him. I really want to I don't want to knock him out, if that makes sense. But like, it's just 1 + 1 is 2. And I'm gonna knock him out. To be honest, I'd rather submit him. To be honest, I want to submit him, but like what we've worked on and what he does, and his ego and his brain is just a peanut. So 1 + 1 is 2. Water is wet. Sean Strickland's getting slept.
Comparing this fight to the Paulo Costa fight, what is it about this fight that draws that comparison? Is it the energy? What is it?
The energy, and it's just like I said, deja vu. I said that on one of my posts this week. It just feels, it's like, again, I would make him cry like a baby, you know. He's a shameful champion. He's a shameful champion. I gonna punch him really bad. He speaks better English now, but like all that energy before the fight, and then I saw him at the hotel, and I checked him, I tested him, I was like, oh, you're solid. And then all that energy was gone. I was like, oh, it's all for cameras and shows, because I was right there. It's just your manager, no security. I didn't even have my guys with me back then. It was me and my manager. If he wanted to give that energy, he could have done it right there. So all these guys is fugazi. There's certain people you don't fuck with, because you know, like, it's on site. So it just feels familiar. And I've, like, before that fight, before my UFC debut, I felt this energy before, with guys trying to, like, be boisterous and hold me back, bro, you know, that kind of vibe. So yeah, they don't really want to fight. They just want to act like they want to fight. And I know that energy, so it's familiar to me. And I love to fight. And yeah, we're gonna fight.